I want to ask you about the parents of a school shooter being sentenced to 10 years in prison for failing to take steps to prevent their child's killing. Their child went on to kill 4 students in 2021. Why aren't we seeing this happen more often? I know that this has caused a lot of debate, but we're seeing plenty of gangbangers, teenage gangbangers out there, repeat offenders who are responsible for extreme violence. Why aren't we routinely seeing parents charged?
Yeah, this is an interesting topic because I think it cuts across any kind of political positioning on this, right? I don't think there is a right wing or left wing position on this particular issue, and I like that. Look, I think that the parents have to have some responsibility, right? I mean, this is a child that they're raising, that they have involvement in, and they need to be more involved in their lives. When you walk away from a child's life, look, you can expect bad things to happen. So I think look, I don't know. 10 years sounds like a lot to me, just off, kind of looking at that from an outsider's perspective. That sounds a little harsh, but there certainly has to be some kind of repercussions, some kind of responsibility for the parents as well, because that's the only, I think that's if you want to ask me, you want to ask how are we going to cut down on these shootings, whether it be a shooting in the inner city or some kind of mass school shooting, it's more parental involvement. I think that's really the best solution. It's not a perfect solution. It's not going to answer all the problems, but I think having parents more involved, I think just makes sense. It would cut these numbers down, no question about it.
Now let's talk about the University of California in Berkeley, a breeding ground for radical leftists for decades. But this week, the academics who push this agenda, the social justice warriors who have really emboldened these students for so long, got a taste of their own medicine, Ami. What was supposed to be a celebratory dinner at Lord Dean Erwin Chemerinsky's home turned into an angry pro-Palestinian demonstration after some of these invited guests hijacked the event and turned it into an anti-Israeli sermon, and they refused to leave. Let's have a quick look.
Fast, not only from Israel, not only from Israel, fast. We have attorneys. We have attorneys.
Okay, you don't have to get
Excuse
aggressive.
me.
Please leave our house. You are guests at our house.
The Lord Dean released a statement saying, "I'm enormously sad that we have students who are so rude as to come into my home in my backyard and use this social occasion for their political agenda." But Ami, I am having trouble feeling too much sympathy here because these academics have helped create this ugliness and it's been unleashed on society. They shouldn't be surprised when it shows up on their doorstep.
Oh, Rita, I love this story. I think the word Schadenfreude was invented for this particular moment in time on television, Rita. That's why the word was created by some German dude. Oh, yeah, well, sorry, the revolution eats its own. It always has, it always will. Guess what? You guys just saw the pointy end of the spear, my friend. Look, this is yes. Look, you just played a video of mine from Berkeley. I spent a lot of time on the Berkeley campus. This is a campus which has been anti-Israel, anti-Semitic for years, and professors and deans like him, I'm sorry, you have fomented that. You have fed this. Look, I will say this, that, and again, this anti-Israel bias is not simply just anti-Israel. It bleeds, bleed may be understating it, into anti-Semitism. Look, this group that was protesting this dinner actually had on their poster a picture of the dean, a Jewish dean, eating with a knife and fork with blood dripping down from it. It was just, the whole thing was, and I'm using this intently, dripping with anti-Semitism and blood libel. It was disgusting. It was gross. But I'm sorry, Dean. But this particular dean, so you know, this particular dean was pushing for schools and agreed with schools that would ban Zionist speakers. So I'm sorry if I don't feel 1 ounce of sympathy for you. Not 1 ounce.
I'm right there with you, Ami Horowitz, right there with you. This is just a delicious bit of instant karma. Hopefully it wakes them up, but We'll see. I don't think so. I think they're so deep in this ideology that even this isn't going to wake them up. Ami Horowitz, thank you so much for your time.